The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching Dolly Vision.
Footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, King of Peace. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Mock the truth while live on air light. Top it up, Dolly Vision's dreaming real. True crime scene blast feels so unreal. YouTube madness like share, subscribe. Jack's on fire, burning the world's fire. Where's the baby? Missing shadows crawl. People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, King of Peace. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Mock the truth while live on air light.
What up, guys? Dolly back again tonight, live from Orlando. Okay, I'm a little wore out. I've been wrestling gators all day, right? You won't believe how tired that will make you. But tonight, we have a lot of stuff to talk about if you're just tuning in. We're going to be talking about little baby Emmanuel Haro. We're going to be talking about Sebastian Rogers. The FBI released an update. We're going to be talking about Meghan Boswell. Y'all remember that girl? She's the one that wrapped the aluminum foil around her baby's head and threw it in the trash. We're also going to be talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan. Were they spotted? Wow. Could it be that Daniel and Malaya are innocent? I don't know. But we're going to talk about all those things tonight. But first, I'm going to need your DNA. That's right, you. I'm pointing right at you. Look, pointing. Leave your fingerprints and your DNA on the like button, okay? You never know. You could go missing. Somebody could feed you to an alligator here in Florida, and Dolly's going to jump in. He's going to wrestle that bitch to the ground and pull you out the jaws of death, okay? All you got to do is like the video. And if you're brand new, sub up, ring the bell for notifications. If you enjoy it, idiot like me, okay? But only if you enjoy idiots. Sub the channel, ring the bell for notifications. And of course, feel free to share my ugly face everywhere. Everywhere you can share an ugly face. Uglyfaces.com is probably a good one. But anyway, we're going to be talking about a lot of people, legal situations. So I got to give my warning so nobody sues me because I'm broke, okay? Y'all get on the Dolly train. It's only $2 tonight to get on the train. Get your window seat just in case when somebody sues me, they can get a whole $7, okay? Dolly Vision's for entertainment purposes only. We talk news, rumors, gossip, speculation, theories, mixed with a little bit of comedy and a whole lot of chaos. So don't take nothing here as fact. It's just my opinion, people. Completely satire. We're not taking calls, but we will probably be back in the studio Monday, right? So callers' opinions, y'all can keep them. Don't matter tonight. Everyone, and I repeat, everyone is innocent to proven guilty in a court of law, even you. And the people we're talking about tonight, except for Meghan Boswell. She's already been convicted. She's guilty as hell, okay? And the biggest one of them all, do not try to be Dolly at home. I almost got eaten by an alligator, a flamingo, and a squirrel today, okay? And the largest rat I have ever seen. No lie. You don't want to, what was that rat called? Capybara. A capybara is the largest rodent in the world. It's from South Africa. One almost attacked me and tried to bite me in the face. I was boxing it off like this. I barely escaped with my life, okay? I barely escaped with my life. Y'all don't need that. Capybara. Whatever. A big-ass rat from South Africa.
I had to look it up.
No lie. Look it up. Google it, okay? It's the biggest rodent in the world. So first off, we want to go into this Emmanuel Haro stuff. Emmanuel Haro, we seen the parents in court, right? No shocker. They pled not guilty. Also, Jaden Spicer, his mother and stepfather were in court today, and they pled not guilty. Not in the title, but I just wanted to make y'all aware of that because we're not really talking about Jaden Spicer tonight. But his family, the mother was in court, and she confessed and still pled not guilty. Huh?
Both mother and stepfather.
That's what I said, mother and stepfather.
Oh, sorry.
But the mother confessed and still pled not guilty. And I don't know how the hell that works when you confess, but you still plead not guilty. So we seen Jake and Rebecca go into court, plead not guilty. And then the biggest thing to me was this, is the police want to hide the evidence that they have. I do not know why. The only thing I can think of, right? Why do the police not want the arrest reports to come out in this case? Why are they trying to silence the information? Is it because, and this is just a theory from Dolly, is it because they really didn't have much to arrest them on other than, we know she was lying, but they don't have proof that she's lying, right? What evidence did they actually have that these people committed a crime? Now, if they release these reports and the public gets to see it, and then they're like, well, damn, they arrested these people without any proof whatsoever that a crime has been committed. Listen, we all know a crime has been committed. We know that, right? But I'm talking about being able to physically prove that a crime has been committed against his child. Now, everything right now is circumstantial evidence, right? Could have, maybe passed, child abuse charges. It leads you to believe that they did commit a crime, right? And maybe the arrest warrant is all circumstantial evidence, right? Maybe it's all circumstantial. There's no physical evidence at all that these people unalived the little Emmanuel Haro, even though we know, right? I ain't saying they didn't, because we truly know they did. I'm saying, what type of proof is there, and why are they hiding this proof from the public? It's a little scary to me, right? Usually when the police have something good, they come out and tell it. Now, some people believe they don't want to give this information out because it may tamper with the rest of the investigation, or it may hinder the investigation, or YouTube keyboard warriors will be all over it and destroy the case, right? I don't know which one of the things it may possibly be, right? But I hate when they do stuff like this because I like transparency. I like to know what's going on all the time because I'm a nosy biatch, okay? Just am. It's just how I was born. I'm nosy as hell. I want to know the scoop. I want the information, and I want the police to tell us. James, first person on the Blessed Express tonight, James, you're going to have great luck tomorrow. But you know why? Because you rode the Blessed Express tonight. You ain't blessed, James, unless you on the Express and you got yourself a window seat, right? So when your day rocks tomorrow, you can be like, damn, Dolly, I didn't know it, but Dolly ain't lying. When you get on the Blessed Express, all good things happen to you. All right, you got shitty luck out there? Jump on the train. It'll change. It'll change. Okay, I'm telling you. Mark my word, guaranteed, or your money won't come back to you. Okay?
Did you steal my coffee when I wasn't looking?
I did not steal your coffee.
Okay, just asking.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock and roll. There's a lot of true crime to get through tonight. So I'm on the ball, right? I got to it's go time, right? When it's go time, you got to be ready.
Include all of it in the title.
Yeah, there was so much true crime. I didn't even have enough spaces to include all of it in the title. Now, there has been a leaked phone call between the Harros and a neighbor. So we're going to take a real quick listen to that phone call. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up for you guys. Remember you said it was a 2-minute mark. 2:06. Okay, let me pause this. Let me get it going. Let me share it first. All right, let me get over here. Let me share this screen with you guys. All righty. Let's go over here. Let me pull it up on the screen for you guys. Let me do it like this. Let's blow this up. And here we go.
It's fine. And yet she carried doubts. Now listen carefully.
I can't imagine, I try to put myself in that. I'm like, I know they're up. We know they're up. They're not sleeping. We were up too. And, we're just like,
We're exhausted.
I know, I bet.
Partially losing on.
Where were you at when this happened?
I was at the park. I was at the park watching my son play football. So I had her.
Oh.
And then I take the baby.
Yeah, that's how I am too. I go to the store.
It was horrible.
It does.
Worst feeling ever.
It is.
Balling and so.
No, you're just numb right now.
Yeah.
You're just numb,
The way
It's
the cops were treating us was horrible.
Really?
Yeah. It's been a
Don't want to let us know nothing.
There are a lot of good cops there. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
They're just doing their job, but
Yeah,
it's a horrible feeling,
No, yeah. So I seen on the picture like your baby was something wrong with the eyes. Is that what they're saying?
A little crazy eye.
Okay.
But it's getting corrected, and he was correcting.
No, he was on no medication or nothing. Okay, so.
He said, "Look, baby, his little eye sometimes goes."
Yeah, my daughter was like that too. Yeah. So.
She was on medication for her eyes?
Yeah.
What was she?
Well, she had a genetic. It was a genetic disease. It was in December. That's when it's cold,
That's his birthday.
The neighbor's voice is unsteady, shaking as she says, "When I heard the news,
Right there, you heard the phone call, and you can see that they were saying they were being treated badly by the police, right? And the baby didn't have anything wrong with him other than the crooked eye, okay? Now, Dolly got a crooked eye. One of them. I don't know which one it is, but maybe one of them's crooked. But we get to hear Jake in the background. We get to hear Rebecca. And, they're still saying that the police are treating them badly. Even as they're incarcerated, Jake, right before the last court hearing, Jake was trying to talk to Rebecca in the hallway in passing, and they tackled Jake to the ground and hurt his shoulder. Hey, Tiffany, good to see you, baby girl. I got your message. I'll hit you up in just a little bit. But they're sticking to their story. They're sticking to their guns. But here's the thing. When they were in court last, Rebecca and Jake never even looked at each other. Why do you think that is? Do you think the lawyer is telling them already to blame the other one? Now, they put in not guilty verdicts, right? Both of them. But we don't know what they're going to say when they go to court. We know in the past, Jake has blamed his ex for the last child that was hurt, okay? He said his wife did it. He had nothing to do with it. Vanessa, okay? And then, of course, but what was it? Vanessa's sister adopted the baby.
Yes.
Vanessa's sister has the baby, and the baby is bedbound because Jake allegedly, I ain't going to say allegedly, he did it, fractured this baby's skull, broke its leg. The baby had broken ribs. It had ribs that were still healing from being broke previous to that. Lock them up, says Bo Lowe. I say lock them up too, right? Give them life in prison. Never let them out. See, me, I believe in the death penalty. You take a life, you deserve to have your life taken. Now they're preparing to go to trial with no body. We seen the police in the press conference, right? San Bernardino, when I was out there in the desert cooking on the West Coast, we seen the police say, hey, we think we know where this baby's at. Now that was what, over a week ago? They continue to search with dogs, trained searchers, and still have not recovered this child. So it appears that when they do go to court, this is going to be a case of no body and all circumstantial evidence. Now, there was rumors that came out that there was carpet with blood on the carpet from the house, right? But that came out from News Nation. News Nation always put out other wrong information in this one. They said that Jake had confessed when the DA in the press conference clearly said Jake had not confessed. Okay, not even a little bit. So he was cooperating. Tiff says he is a grandpa. Okay.
Here's your grandson.
My grandson?
Is what the chat wants to see him.
Oh, okay. What, Tiff, did you just get that? Build-A-Bear? Okay. That's cool. What is it, a little dragon?
His name is Gravel, she said.
Gravel. Okay, that's Gravel. That's my kid's new Build-A-Bear. I don't know what that got to do with true crime, but we'll share it anyway. Okay, thank you, Tiff. He looks cool. My new grandbaby stuffed animal.
He's a gargoyle, she said.
So where was that? Nobody, circumstantial evidence, and I don't think they're going to tell where this baby's at. Now, will they be convicted? Is the $1 million question, right? That is the $1 million question. Will they be convicted? Here on the West Coast, here on the East Coast, I would be confident that they would be convicted. Without a doubt. Say they were in Virginia, your ass is going to jail. You were in Florida, where I'm at now, you would be going to jail. Okay? But on the West Coast, listen, Californians, Californication, Robin, thank you for jumping on the Dolly train with us tonight. I just don't know. The laws are so lenient against criminals on the West Coast that you can almost do whatever you want as long as you don't jaywalk or try to be homeless in Beverly Hills. Okay, you can't be homeless in Beverly Hills, but you can walk right in the store and steal whatever you want and walk right out. Okay, but don't go try to sleep on the corner in Beverly Hills where the rich people are. That shit's illegal. Okay, you will go to jail and not get out. Anything else, you free to do whatever the hell you want. That is kind of crazy. Long as you ain't messing with the Hollywood celebrities and the rich people in Cali.
Just reminded me, the West Boys in Bakersfield, they got put away with no bodies, and their arrest warrant was sealed also.
Yeah. Owen and Orson West, the Cal City Boys.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is true. That is true. Have a great vacation. Tell the mouse I said, hey, Amy. Okay. All right. We drove by Disney World today?
Yes.
We drove through it, right? By it. We were right by Epcot, right? But we went to Gatorland. I think we had a blast.
It was amazing.
Yeah, Gatorland was fun. If you're ever in Florida, go wrestle with alligators. It was just a blast. I had a good time. And yesterday we went and rode airboats, which was pretty damn cool. So we've had a good vacation so far. We're going to start heading back tomorrow towards Tennessee or Charleston, South Carolina. I'm not quite sure. We ain't made up our mind yet. But okay, so let me get on because we got so much to talk about tonight. We'll recap the Emmanuel Haro stuff in just a few minutes, but we want to jump into Sebastian Rogers. Anybody remember that boy? Remember Sebastian's Army? Seth, TikTok Tony, Bullhorn Betty. Remember all that circus that was in town? I got some cotton candy from it, right? I got some cotton candy. It was a crazy one. It was a crazy story. But the FBI has came out and gave an update on the case. Now, I believe the reason that they gave this update is because Seth has been out in front of Sumner County Sheriff's Office. Okay, he had been out there protesting him and like 4 people. Okay, it was sad. It was almost okay. His whole army, right? Because I've always said I was Team Sebastian, but there's all these people out there claiming to be Sebastian's army. Well, when Sebastian needed you and Seth needed you, I didn't see you there. Okay, I'm just saying. Don't be mad at the messenger. I'm just a messenger, but I didn't see this army. Okay, if it was an army, it was the weakest army I have ever seen in my whole entire life. Okay, but it was enough for the FBI to give an update. And PJ is going to read that update to you because somewhere on this trip, I have lost my glasses. Okay, not my sunglasses. I got those. My reading glasses. So, PJ, if you want to come a little closer and read this. All right, she's coming. She moves like that big rodent that that we petted at the damn Caterland. All right, go.
The latest from the FBI as the search continues for Sebastian Rogers now a year and a half after he disappeared. Many of you continue to ask for updates on the status of the ongoing investigation. This week, the FBI released a full synopsis of where things stand today. On February 26th, 24, Katie Proudfoot went to wake up her 14-year-old son for school. Actually, I believe he was 15. Yeah, you're right, Nick. This is Nick Barris. To her surprise, he was nowhere to be found. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers had spent the previous day with his mother. The pair shopped at a department store, played video games at a bowling alley, and had dinner at a local restaurant before heading home for the evening. After returning to their home in Hendersonville, Tennessee, Katie and Sebastian prepared for bed, saying goodnight sometime between 9 and 10 p.m. Katie told us a little bit before 10 she heard a loud bang coming from Sebastian's room, so she yelled out to him and asked if he was okay, to which he responded that he was, said Detective Brandon Carter from the Sumner County Sheriff's Department. She told him to go to bed because they had to be up early for school the next morning. Katie called her husband, who was out of town in Southwest Tennessee for work, and the two of them spoke for nearly 2 hours before she went to sleep around midnight. I thought it was 3 hours. The next morning was the beginning of what would become a massive search effort for Sebastian. Katie called her husband and told him that she couldn't find Sebastian, that he wasn't in his room or anywhere in the house, said Carter. Katie got into her car and drove around the neighborhood and to Sebastian's school, which was less than a mile away from their house, searching for Sebastian before returning home. During this time, her husband called the local emergency communication center to report Sebastian is missing. In the early days of the search, it seemed Sebastian vanished without a trace. This case was kind of a question mark, said FBI Nashville Special Agent Robert Barrett. Mom wakes up and he's just gone. There's a question mark, and we've got to figure out what happened. That question mark only grew bigger as the search went on. Sebastian did not take any clothes, shoes, money, food, or his cell phone, said Carter. His cell phone and cash were both lying on the dining room table where they had been the day before, when he went to bed. According to Katie, there was a small yellow flashlight that she thinks was missing, but that was the only thing that had appeared to be gone from the house. The first week in the search for Sebastian was a massive community and interagency effort between the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, Emergency Management Agency, Hendersonville Police, Gallatin Police, Tennessee Highway Patrol, the FBI, Metro Police, Wilson County Sheriff's Office, Sumner County EMS, Sumner County Emergency Response Team, which is the same as EMS, and several other agencies throughout Tennessee. The search consisted of about 4.5 mile radius around Sebastian's home, said Carter. There were roughly 2,000 searchers equipped with an app tracking their movements. The searchers could also use the app to plot things on a map that they observed while they were out searching. The total area they covered within the 4.5 mile radius was equivalent to a combined 44,000 acres. In addition to ground searchers, law enforcement employed every available resource at their disposal to locate Sebastian. Fire departments, mounted patrols, ATVs, search and rescue canines, drones, helicopters, and even an airplane. During day 2 of the search, the Sumner County Sheriff's Department reached out to the FBI for assistance and specific resources that could potentially help find Sebastian, who was high-functioning autism. I contacted our FBI Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Team for initial consult, and then they brought in the FBI Behavioral Analysis Unit to assist, said Parrott. The BAU shared a statistic about 50% of autistic children are prone to wander. They are also naturally drawn to bodies of water, and 71% of fatal outcomes involving missing autistic children were a result of drowning. That information helped us focus search efforts in and around bodies of water. The search team drained ponds and searched waterways and lakes looking for Sebastian. In addition, law enforcement searched almost every home in the neighborhood. Video recordings from nearby homes and a dashboard camera in Katie's car showed that Katie and Sebastian didn't leave the house after their return home from dinner, and that no other cars were seen coming or going from Katie's home during the evening and early morning hours of the night or day Sebastian disappeared. What are you doing?
Telling them to like the video. We only got 678 likes.
Oh.
Okay. Keep going. I mean, a lot of this is update, but there is some new information from the FBI. They're recapping. Yeah, they're recapping.
We have followed through on every tip that has come in, said Josh Savely, special agent in charge of the Criminal Investigation Division at the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. Some of those tips we continue to examine at a deeper level, but the vast majority we have cleared as either being irrelevant or ended with no result. The lack of answers in the search for Sebastian has pushed the community to widely share the story on online platforms, but law enforcement reminds the public to be wary of misinformation from unverified sources. Sebastian's disappearance has deeply affected our community, said Carter. We understand the desire for the community to want answers and for us to explain every step of this investigation, but we can't release all the case details without risking the integrity of the investigation. We ask that the community refocus on what matters most, and that's finding Sebastian. Staying united and supportive will bring us closer to the answers that we're looking for. Promptly sharing tips and information with the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, or the FBI is the best way to help find Sebastian. If you have any information concerning the whereabouts of Sebastian Rogers, please contact the Sumner County Sheriff's Office at 615-451-3838 or TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND or tips to TBI. You may also contact your local FBI office, the nearest American embassy or consulate, or you can submit a tip online at tips.fbi.gov. Continue to share Sebastian's official missing person flyer and don't wait, said Sheriff Eric Craddock. If you see something, say something immediately. If you call right then, we can get someone on the hot trail. Sebastian was 5'5" and around 110 to 115 pounds when he was last seen. He has brown hair and eyes that look hazel or brown. He would now be 16 years old. Sebastian has medical conditions, including autism, that may impair his ability to return safely without assistance. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $50,000 for information leading to Sebastian's whereabouts. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office, TBI, and FBI are still working collaboratively, sharing tips and information, and urging the public to work with law enforcement in hopes of bringing Sebastian home. 2 rumors in the search for Sebastian have been disproven. 1, the flashlight theory. This is from Nick Bear, so he's speaking in his perspective, but it says, you may recall I obtained a copy of this video not long after Sebastian disappeared and asked investigators about it. They would only say it was proven irrelevant. Here for the first time, they explain in detail why. All right. A house down the street from Sebastian's had security video footage from the night of his disappearance. The camera, angled in a direction that happened to be facing Sebastian's backyard, captured 2 small moving lights At first glance, the lights appear to be right in Sebastian's yard, suggesting someone was lurking with 2 flashlights in hand, a potential suspect given Sebastian's disappearance that same night. However, when law enforcement further investigated the video, they disproved this theory. The dark sky and camera angle combined had distorted the security footage. What?
Okay, let me address something real quick before you go any farther. The mob crew is still making like videos. Okay, I just want to throw that out there. So we know Seth came on this channel. Seth said that they showed him proof that the lights were not flashlights, that they were headlights from up the street. They showed him the whole video, not just a little section of the video. Seth said that on my channel. Then after that, once Seth got with all these lowlifes that he surrounded himself with, Seth came out and said he believes it's a flashlight. But that ain't what he originally said on his channel. He said that the Sumner County Police showed him the whole video from daytime to nighttime, showed it in perspective, and that it was headlights from a vehicle. Okay, anybody remember that interview Seth did here? So then once he got with TikTok Tony and Bullhorn Betty and all these people that wanted to paint this conspiracy, that's when he started changing his story. All right, go ahead.
Why did the lights go in 2 different directions then?
They were
my
moving.
issue.
They were moving. The car was moving.
I get all that.
And it was reflecting.
It looked to me when I watched the video like, and I mean, I have no reason not to believe it. He said it on your channel from day one. So, I mean, I'll go with that. But to me, when I watched the video, I don't know if I watched a distorted video or something, but it literally looked like
He said when Nick
went
Barris,
in different directions.
Here's the reason why the lights were moving like they were. Nick Barris, when he videotaped it, he didn't show the original video. He was holding his cell phone and his hand was
I remember
moving.
that.
And it made the lights appear to be in different places. Seth said he seen the original video and they showed him the whole video and it was a vehicle. It was a vehicle on it was a vehicle on the next street over, which is on that hill.
Yeah.
And if you turn into a driveway, your headlights shine down onto that road.
That makes sense.
Now, a lot of people made a big deal about that and made 752,000 videos on those lights.
I think the mob crew is still making videos.
The mob crew is still making videos online. They're still looking for the green hoodie person, right? They're still looking for the green hoodie person. I don't know. It's ridiculous to me. It's so ridiculous that the FBI had to come out and clear this stuff up so people would stop making videos about the green hoodie and the damn headlights, okay? All right, go ahead, PJ.
Okay. The dark sky and camera angle combined had distorted the security footage. When they examined the video in relation to the topography of the area, they found that the lights were actually coming from a pair of truck headlights flickering through the trees from a street atop a hill about 300 yards.
I went down that road. That's how I know that road's there. It sits above it. Like you go out the neighborhood, you go up one street, and then you drive up this hill, and the hill sits right above Sebastian's house. So if you turn into their driveway, you're actually aiming down at that neighborhood. I've been there. Trust me, I've done it myself.
Law enforcement further investigated to confirm that the flashlights were actually headlights. They also created an overlay of the security footage in daylight with a topographic map.
Ain't that what Seth said on this channel?
Yes.
That's exactly what Seth said. And then he changed his story. He said, oh, I think it's flashlights. That's because TikTok Tony and Betty and all them, they want to blame Chris and Katie, which, listen, I believe Chris and Katie are responsible. Don't get me wrong. And then remember they started overlaying his photo onto white blobs. And then Nancy Grace took down Monkey Boy's video because he lied about how he got that image, and he lied about his name, and he lies about everything. And Nancy had to pull the damn show because
they told everybody that she was just editing it.
Yeah, the dude that looks like a dead corpse, right? He's the color of an orange.
I'm gonna kick you. Stop.
With tumbleweed for hair, all right, and the worst makeup job on any man I've ever seen, right? Just use filters like T-Rev, okay? You don't have to put on all that orange makeup, Donald Trump's son, okay? Hair monkey ripping out hair plugs and shit. Okay, I'm just saying they deleted his stuff off Nancy because it was all BS. And then when I said something, everybody's like, oh, you just a hater, Dolly. Well, what you got to say now? Where's my apology for all them people that said Dolly was wrong? Dolly's always right. Look at my track record, bitches. Okay, just saying.
They also created an overlay topographic map in the daylight. It would have been clear that the lights were coming from the hill. 2. The person in the green hoodie theory. A video surfaced of Sebastian and Katie in the parking lot of the local restaurant they visited the night Sebastian disappeared. In the video, a person in a green hoodie briefly interacts with Katie. Suspicions arose that, in this short interaction, the person in the green hoodie was planning something with Katie related to Sebastian's disappearance. Law enforcement spoke with the employee at the restaurant, who confirmed this person in the green hoodie was a frequent customer and helped identify them. Law enforcement went to meet this person, who happened to be wearing the same green hoodie in the video, and confirmed they were not a suspect. The end.
The end. Okay, so what did we learn from the FBI update? That Nick Barris filmed that video from his cell phone, from a TV. And he was shaky, just like me when I hold my damn cell phone, shaky as hell, looked like a big blur. And it appeared that the lights were moving in different directions. But as the police showed the whole video, overlaid the map to the video, they realized that it was a vehicle on top of the hill pointing down at the neighborhood. This is coming from the FBI. Now, I don't know why the FBI would just want to lie. Okay, maybe they would. You know, they know who shot John F. Kennedy. They ain't telling us, right? They know about the list that they didn't release, but would they lie about this? I mean, maybe so, maybe. But I'm going with it's accurate information. Seth said it in the very beginning. The FBI is saying it now. Mob Crew is still making videos. Monkey Boy is still faking shit. And we're still missing Sebastian. That's just the truth, guys. Listen, I'm going to shoot it straight with you every time. It is what it is. Do I believe that Chris and Katie have some responsibility in the disappearance of Sebastian? In my opinion, yes, I do. I believe Katie has done something and Chris has helped cover it up. That's just my opinion. That don't mean you got to agree with it. You ain't got to disagree with it. You may have your own opinion. You may still believe that the lights are real and there's somebody out there with a green hoodie lurking the shadows of night snatching babies. Not happening. Just not happening, okay? So where's Sebastian? It's been almost 2 years, and all these people that said they wouldn't give up on him, hate to say it, looks like they gave up. Except for Seth and a small, tiny group of psychics, okay, that are looking for beavers and damn creek ponds, okay? Can't make that up either. Y'all remember the 2 beavers? You got to look for a beaver, and there'd be a lake with a barn. Well, let me tell you this. Tennessee is all creeks and barns. That's going to be a hard find right there, psychics, okay? So, Sebastian, I hate to say this, guys. I do not believe that Sebastian is alive and well. I believe that something bad happened to this child. Trigger warning. I hate to say it. I just do. That's just what my heart tells me, that this is some type of foul play, and the people that should be caring and loving for this boy are not looking for him. They're not doing anything to find him. They ain't out putting search parties together. They're not doing any of these things. When a mother Joe Dirt's their missing child, when she packs up and leaves the state, that tells you a lot, okay? That tells you a lot. Now, I'm just an idiot, right? Just an idiot. I don't claim to be nothing but an idiot. But listen, when an idiot knows, you got to be super stupid not to know. Okay, you got to be below idiot, and that's pretty damn low, right? Because I can even see that this is foul play. This is foul play. You don't leave your child behind. No mother would. No good father would. Okay, just, I'm going to go stay with Chris in a different state. So if the kid comes home, there's nowhere to go to. There's nobody there. They just left for no reason. You know, they'll say, well, we were getting harassed. No, you wasn't. YouTubers weren't even coming by your house at that point. There was no harassment going on. You basically just abandoned this child. Now, listen, if your child is gone and you're being a neglectful parent, Okay. You're not looking for your child. You're not putting search parties together. You're not doing anything to find your child. You was most likely neglectful when he was there. And we heard that from Seth, that he was treated badly. He was talked to like trash, and he spent most of his time in his room. Now, I still feel bad for Seth for the fact that he's missing his son. I do. I don't feel bad for him for hanging out with the trash that he, and I said trash, Dolly said it, I ain't scared. The trash that he was hanging out with made everybody just look the other way at Seth and not feel so bad for him. But the truth is he's missing his kid. I feel sorry for him for that. Now, all the bullshit that he pulled during this is the reason he's standing out there with 3 psychics and a small person. I was going to say the M word, but apparently it's not okay to say the M word anymore. 2025, you got to call them little people now. Little people. He's out there with 3 psychics and a little person. It didn't have to be that way. He had the whole support of the whole internet in the beginning. But then when he TikTok Tony, you bullhorn Betty, you sued people, everybody turned on that man like the worst thing that happened to the internet, right? Right there, everybody jumped ship. Like, you just seen people bailing off the boat quick as they could. All YouTubers stopped. All bigger YouTubers completely stopped talking about it. They were like, "Oh, look, there's other cases we can talk about where we ain't got to be at the threat of lawsuits and fake intelligence agencies and washed up reality stars from that early 90s." Okay. Looking like Bullhorn Betty, but a man with Oakley's. Okay. I lost all respect for the dog. Okay. Remember when it was the big bad dog? Now it is the grifting ass trying to sell a book dog. Be mad at me, hate me, but you know it's the truth. You know it's the truth, right? You're thinking, damn, I like that guy. I like this show. So did I. Okay. So do I. It was a surprise to me too. I got to cope with it. I got to deal with it. So do you. Okay. So do you. That dude, at one time, he may have been real, but now he's fake as a $2 bill. Wait, a $2 bill is real. $3 bill. Okay. He's fake as a $3 bill. Now, if y'all want to get his book, it's on sale right now. 3 easy payments of $19.95. Tell him Dolly sent you. Okay. Tell him Dolly sent you. All right. What's next? Meghan Boswell.
I'm sitting here looking at the lawyer that you talked to.
Let me show that picture.
There's alleged. I'm not.
Is this AI?
No.
Okay. This is Emmanuel Haro's family's
Currently,
lawyer.
one of that Action News that you met while you were out there. They've obtained some type of video from the home of the lawyer and his girlfriend where he's alleged to have been abusive to her. It's not fully out yet, but this is some of what the girlfriend sent over to them.
Y'all remember this guy? Y'all remember him? Remember I ran up to him and said, how does it feel to support killers? Or what do you got to say about your clients now that they're murderers? And they mentioned that in the LA Times too, me running up and saying something to him. You know, look, the media was scared to say something to this dude, but listen, there's one person I don't like is when you defend baby killers. You want to get on Dolly's bad side. You want to be my enemy. Get up on the internet and defend the baby killer. Defend somebody that hurts a kid, and I will become your biggest enemy. I will shit talk you, joke you, whatever you got to do. Once I consider you a bad person, you are a target for me, okay? And you see how I talk about some of these YouTubers because I don't look at them as good people, and I just go at them. I go hard, okay? I go hard in the paint. And I wasn't going to show that man no mercy. He gets no mercy from me. Listen, I ain't got to answer to a boss, right? All I got to do is answer to you guys. And I know y'all wanted me to say that shit, right? Y'all were thinking the same thing I said, right? But I just said it to him, ran right up to him and said it. Made sure he heard it. In his face saying it. So that's what he deserved. That's what he gets. And you see, after Dolly had a few words with him, he ain't the lawyer no more, right? He was like, the hell with this, right? He was like, the hell with that. I'm out. Deuces, right? Deuces. So everybody knew he was a scumbag anyway. It ain't surprising me that he would be violent towards a women. He's over there defending a dude that beats on his wife. He's over there defending a person that would kill a baby, a person that would hurt a baby. We all know that dude was a piece of trash, right? So the hell with that dude. I hope nobody ever hires him as an attorney in his whole damn life. All right. Don't get that dude. He sucks.
He sucks his thumb.
He sucks his thumb. Okay. We know he sucks. That's proof right there. We've seen him sucking his thumb. Allegedly. All right. Now let's get to another baby killer. Oh man, it's a night full of baby killers. Meghan Boswell. Anybody remember her? Me and PJ took a trip our last vacation and went and sat in on the Meghan Boswell trial. We need to get better. This vacation's been better than that one.
Yes, it has.
It has. We've done a little bit more enjoyment in this one, having fun. But the Meghan Boswell vacation, it was us in a parking lot sleeping in the police station, right? Because the court was at the police station right next to it. And they even woke me up. The police woke me up asleep in the camper. They were like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm sleeping." "What are you doing?" They were like, "Why are you sleeping at the police station? You don't find this a little weird?" I was like, "Well, it seemed like a safe place to sleep." Okay. I was sitting through court. I came in and fell asleep and you woke me up. But they let me go. They were like, "Okay, you do this for a living?" I was like, "Well, I do it on YouTube, if you want to call that a living." Okay. I'm in a camper truck. I'm not in a damn tour bus. All right. So the money ain't that great. Okay. The money ain't that great. But we went and sat through the trial, and some of the stuff that was in there was horrendous. Like it literally was bad. It's the second worst I've seen next to Harmony Montgomery. Right? They showed pictures of this baby, and they had the aluminum foil that she wrapped around this baby's head. She stuck this baby upside down in a trash can. Trigger warning, guys. Its head was bent completely backwards, like it was looking that way.
It was a baby girl, not an ink.
It was so horrible. It was so horrible and heartbreaking.
They saw it on. They showed it on accident on
court TV. Yeah. And then I ran outside to tell PJ, cut the stream. So we didn't want to show that, right? We didn't want to show that. It was horrific. It was something like, oh my God. And some of y'all guys didn't get to see unless you were in the courtroom. So I seen things that are unforgettable. Like it will never leave my mind. And when they showed the baby, how its head was, and if you took your neck and you flipped your head completely backwards, and you were looking that way, that is what the baby looked like. Hate to be graphic, but I'll never forget it in my whole entire life. So Meghan Boswell, she had sentencing today, okay? And now she didn't take the stand in her defense when they were accusing her of killing her baby, wrapping it in aluminum foil in its mouth, a ball of aluminum foil in its mouth. Then she wrapped its head with aluminum foil all the way around its face so it couldn't breathe. Like an iron mask almost, crushed it around the baby's face, stuffed the baby in a trash can at the bottom of the trash can, and then threw trash on top of it. It was brutal. So when she went to court today, all right, and, she actually took the stand and told them that she don't believe she got a fair trial, that Tennessee was hard on her, that if she would have got a fair trial, she would have been acquitted of murdering her baby. Right? Oh my God. Listen, if somebody's accusing me of something and I didn't do it, and I had nothing to do with it, I'm going to be like, listen, I had nothing to do with that. I'm going to take me to stand. I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to beg to the jury not to put me in prison, that they have the wrong person. I'm going to give them every reason I believe they got the wrong person. And she lied, lie after lie. She lied more than Leilani Simon in Georgia. Just lie after lie. It was so brutal of just her lying and not caring and not shedding a tear. Nothing. She shed one tear when they found her guilty. Same thing Leilani Simon did when I was in court with her. So, I've been in court with both of these baby killing monsters. And that's the one thing they had in common. They didn't cry for the baby. They cried for themselves. And I see it a lot. Every time I go somewhere And these monsters are sent to prison. They never cry for the person they hurt. They cry for themselves because they're just pieces of trash and narcissists. And the only people they care about in this world are themselves. The judge gave her life in prison plus 33 years. Meghan Boswell, good news tonight, good news, will never, ever get out of prison, right? To that judge, right? And he's considered if she ever got out, she would be a threat to society, right? So we need more judges like that, right? Man, you ain't never going nowhere. What if Jake Harbaugh would have walked in front of that judge, right? You think that Emmanuel would have ever been hurt, or would he have ever been born? Hell no, because a real judge puts you away. Now we're gonna take a little look at that, okay? Because you got to see her up there. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull this up for you guys. I told you we had a lot of stuff to go over tonight. Is it this one right here? That's just a picture of her on the stand. It's this one right here.
I sent you the full, and then I sent
Which
you
one is
like a
which?
recap. Which one do you want?
I got the one that's from Channel 10, watch live sentence hearing. Is that the whole thing?
Yes.
Do we want to watch the whole thing, or we just want to watch a recap? Let's do a recap.
Okay.
All right. All right, let me share this.
Thank you, Joyous. We got 5 new members.
Thank you, Joyous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let me pull this up over here, and let's jump into this.
Has been sentenced today for her non-murder charges related to the death of her 1-year-old daughter. Meghan Boswell appeared before a judge today who sentenced her to an additional 33 years behind bars. That sentence will run consecutively to the life sentence a jury delivered back in February after they found her guilty of murdering her daughter, Evelyn. Boswell will serve her sentence at a rehabilitation center in Nashville. The case gained attention in February 2020 when investigators began a weeks-long Amber Alert search for the toddler before finding her remains inside a trash can on family property in March of 2020. A week's worth of testimony wrapped up a 5-year investigation, and Boswell was found guilty on all 19 charges against her. Boswell spoke briefly in court today, saying if she was treated to a fair trial, she would have been acquitted of all the charges against her.
Role in getting information.
That's basically what went down in the Meghan Boswell trial. So we thought that video had her up there saying what she said, but basically all she said was Tennessee did her wrong. If she would have got a fair trial, that she would have been acquitted. All right, which I think she was given a very fair trial, too fair, right? And the pain she caused people, and the way she didn't care, and the way she was emotionless. If how can you look at the pictures of your deceased daughter, okay, beautiful little girl, and she didn't shed one tear, okay?
I just sent you that.
You just sent me that one,
Mhm.
and it's her talking.
I believe so.
Okay.
I didn't hit play or anything. I don't want to.
Hold on, let me share this. I just want to show y'all what she said.
I just can't believe she had the nerve to come up there.
Well, yeah, especially when she didn't testify in her own trial. She didn't try to defend herself.
No.
She just didn't have nothing to say. Now she wants to say something. No, we don't want to hear it now.
just like to say that the state of Tennessee treated me very unfair during this whole investigation. And had I had a fair trial and an impartial jury, I would have been acquitted of the murder charges. I would have never hurt my baby, and I did not kill Evelyn. That's all.
Listen to them shackles.
Man, shut up.
Yeah.
She's such a liar.
We have a big update in the case.
I agree. I agree that she is complete, what you call trash. I mean, anybody could do this. I believe says 4 BJ's coffee in the morning.
Thank you.
Thank you, Believe. Thank you so much for getting on the Blessed Express with Dolly tonight. Okay, get you a nice window seat. The train's kind of empty. Ain't a lot of people been jumping on the train. Okay, so you got plenty of room. Enjoy it. Thank you for supporting the channel. You guys are awesome. And if you haven't, I need a quick favor for you guys before we go into the next story on Jack and Lilly. And this one may blow your mind a little bit, make you think about it just a little bit. But before we get into that, I need you guys to take a second. There's 1,600 of you in the chat. And I know we don't even have 1,000 likes on this video. I need you to take a second and like the video. We even came to you from on vacation from Orlando to bring you all this information. I want you to like the video. And then in the chat room, I want you to shout out where you're watching from. We're in Orlando tonight, okay? And I think we'll be somewhere in Tennessee or South Carolina tomorrow. But I need you guys to like the video. You're 1,000. Okay, awesome. Not that, Nina. Thank you, 5 months. But once you like the video, and don't cheat because I'm watching you. I can see you barely, okay, because I lost my glasses. Shout out where you're watching from. I see Oklahoma. I see Alabama. I see South Carolina, Nova Scotia. And we're about to get into some Nova Scotia. Only cares about herself. It's disgusting. Yes, Colorado, Kentucky. Crime Con is going on in Colorado. Make sure you don't go. I'm kidding. They won't let Dolly in. I'm like the red-headed stepchild of Crime Con. All right. So I seen that Vinny was posting from Crime Con today, and I was, well, you know what? I know today, just feeding the gators and wrestling the gators and hanging out down here in beautiful Florida, that I had a way better time over the last couple of days than I would have ever had at Crime Con. Okay. So I'm almost glad they didn't take me for Crime Con because, I guess I'm too real. They say I'm controversial, but I say I'm too real. Right. And I'm not going to change. I'm not going to start telling the truth and lighten up just so I can sit at a booth and say hi to my fans. Right. That's what it would be. So the hell with them. I'm going to keep it real. We ain't changing for the world. I don't care if they ever let me on the Crime Con. I am not changing who I am for anybody. I'm going to bring you guys the truth, a real channel, bringing you the real shit. And if they can't accept that, then I don't need them, right? I don't need them for views. I don't need them for clicks, right? I just want it to be amongst my peers. And if they're not going to allow me to do that, the hell with them, all right? And thank you guys. I see an amen, Dolly. Right?
It's the same stuff anyway.
Yeah, you seen one Crime Con, you seen them all. Kentucky, Oklahoma. There you go. All right. So let's get into this last story of tonight. All right. And this is one that we've been following since the very, very beginning. Like a lot of these cases we talked about tonight, we've covered them from the very beginning all the way to the end of some of them, or almost the end. Jack and Lilly Sullivan. Okay, now they go missing from their Nova Scotia home. Gearlock Road. Malaya, I said her name wrong. Malaya, and is the mother. Daniel is, some people say stepfather, but really Daniel's nothing. He was her boyfriend. Choo Choo, Oklahoma. Thank you, Leanne. But they do have a child together. It's a baby daddy. Let's just say baby daddy, but not Jack and Lily's daddy. All right. They're home alone. Some people allege that they're druggies and other things, alleged. And they're in the house and they go to bed. And when they wake up, Jack and Lily are missing, gone, vanished, without a trace. They act like they don't know what happened to the kid. They're immediately saying that the kid has been kidnapped and trying to take the blame off of themselves about how good of parents they are and how they're hover parents. They never let the kids outside without them with them. But here's the thing. They told the police one thing. They told the media another thing. And then they come on to YouTube and say something totally different. 3 totally different stories. But yet the police don't believe there's any evidence of foul play in the case. What the hell, right? What the hell? Listen, Canada, I love you guys. I even like your geese, okay? I got no problem with the Canadian geeses. They just walk across the street slow as hell, right? They ain't in no hurry to get nowhere. I'm good with it, though. I'm good with it. No problem. Won't kick one, won't run one over, nothing, right? But your police in Canada, oh my God, they might as well get. Did Tennessee move to Canada? Did the TBI move to Nova Scotia? That's what I want to know, because these police, oh my God, like it don't take. Listen, Daniel passed a lie detector test. Lolo passed a lie detector test. What do you think about them, Lolo? What do you think? You think they did it? You think they did it? Yes. Lolo thinks they did it. Okay, so Daniel passes a lie detector test. Malaya passes. Wait, you got something to read?
Oh, yeah.
Malaya passes a lie detector test. Jamie, right? The grandmother, Daniel's mother, she takes a lie detector test, but what did they say? She couldn't. She wasn't responsive to it. Like she couldn't take it. Like she wasn't. I forget the word they use, but apparently they couldn't read her lie detector test. Okay. So everybody took a lie detector test and they passed it. The police, of course, found, the family found the pink blanket next to the ATV trail. And then later the police found part of that blanket in the trash, and they compared the 2 blankets and it was the same. Now, there was a witness. This is where it gets crazy. And this is coming out in police reports. There was a witness that saw 2 babies walking down the road. Okay. One was a little girl and one was a little boy. Now, she was a little bit wrong about what they were wearing and about the ages of it. She was guessing. And this woman said that she seen a car parked on the side of the road and the person was waiting on the 2 kids to walk up to the car. Was Jack and Lily really kidnapped? Was this person listen, how many kids are just walking down the damn street in the middle of nowhere? Right, PJ says, well, how do we know they were the kids? I was like, well, what other damn kids are in that neighborhood? It ain't like a whole bunch of kids are around. And this woman seen a little boy and a little girl walking towards a vehicle on the side of the road as a passenger, a woman was waving the kids on. What they say, she was in her 50s maybe, waving these kids towards the car. Did a woman grab Jack and Lily? This gets a little crazy. PJ's going to read it to you. Then we're going to discuss it a little bit. And, the police are saying there's no signs of foul play, and they don't think Malaya and Daniel
Thank you, Moto Mom.
are responsible. Moto Mom, thank you for gifting those 10 memberships. And if you got a membership tonight from Moto Mom, make sure you thank her. Give her a big virtual hug. Working hard to make you members. All right. All right. Get it, PJ. Take over.
From the top, because this does a lot of recapping also. You want
Okay, yeah, let's recap it. Let's get it.
Okay. Well, this is a global news article that was actually published August 22nd. And I can't believe we missed that.
Yes.
Because that small part I haven't really heard from anywhere else at the end about the witness.
Yeah, about the witness. Get
All
it, PJ.
Newly released court documents are revealing previously unreported details of the investigation into the disappearance of 2 young children from their home in rural northeastern Nova Scotia more than 3 months ago. Included in several documents are the initial impressions by police of polygraphs given to the parents of 6-year-old Lily and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan, and confirmation that investigators found a second piece of pink blanket they say belonged to Lily in the trash. The information is contained in court applications filed by investigators for permission to conduct searches for phone records, banking records, and video related to the case. The documents included unproven statements made by police. These documents were released to the Canadian press and other news outlets. Many of them contain redactions. According to one document sworn by Corporal Charlene Jordan Curl of RCMP's Northeast Nova Scotia's Major Crime Unit, the children were first reported missing at 10:01 on May 2nd from their home in rural Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia, by their mother, Malaya Brooks Murray. Brooks Murray told police she believes the 2 children had wandered away from home, but the exact time she said she thought they went missing was redacted. Police were on the scene at 10:27 a.m. The document says the last time the children were seen outside of their home was on May 1st, when they were captured on video surveillance at a local Dollarama store with Brooks Murray and Daniel Martel, their stepfather. RCMP conducted at least 4 polygraphs during their investigation. The first 2 were on May 12th with the children's parents at the detachment at Bible Hill, Nova Scotia. Martel's polygraph indicated he was truthful, as did the test for Brooks Murray that found she was truthful when answering specific questions, although the list of questions is redacted in the document. An unidentified investigator's comment included at the end of a section of the results of both of those polygraphs says, "At this point in the investigation, Jack and Lily's disappearance is not believed to be criminal in nature. I do not have reasonable grounds to believe a criminal offense has occurred. Because Jack and Lily are still missing, polygraph examinations were conducted with the intention of ruling out that possibility." Martel told the Canadian press on May 28th that he had passed a polygraph test, but the RCMP declined at the time to confirm or deny his claim. Results from the polygraph, which measure fluctuations within a person's sympathetic nervous system as they answer questions, are not admissible in Canadian courts, but the machines are considered an investigative tool. Meanwhile, on June 10th, the children's step-grandmother, Janie McKenzie, underwent a polygraph examination, but another document notes that her physiology was not suitable for analysis, and an opinion on the polygraph examination was not rendered. The children's biological father, Cody Sullivan, underwent a polygraph on June 12th, 25, and passed the examination with his answers found to be truthful. In July, the Mounties said they were running forensic tests on a pink blanket found during the search of the heavily wooded area near the children's home. Police said at the time that the family had confirmed the blanket belonged to Lily, but investigators released few details. The newly released document shed more light on that part of the investigation, saying 3 family members found the blanket in a tree on Lansdowne Station Road on May 2nd, exactly 1 kilometer from the family home. A photo was shown to the mother and stepfather, who confirmed it was Lily's. Later, police dispatched a sniffer dog to the area where the blanket was found, but the animal was unable to pick up scent of Lily or Jack, the document says. On May 4th, another piece of blanket was seized by police after it was found inside of a trash bag at the end of the driveway of the children's home. According to they've confirmed both pieces were part of the same blanket. Among the numerous court orders sought by police was one of the Cobequid Pass, a tolled section of the highway in Nova Scotia. Specifically, the RCMP were looking for video record, including closed-circuit footage of all cameras of drivers leaving Nova Scotia between May 1st, 25 at 2:25 p.m. to May 3rd, 25 at 3 a.m. One of the documents says that on May 3rd, police received a report that Jack and Lilly might be with their biological father. Police received a pair of messages about this early on May 3rd, but the report notes the caller, who was unnamed, did not have any proof, and she just wanted to make sure every possibility is looked into. According to the request for Cobequid past toll plaza bids, Malaya later reported to police that she thought Cody Sullivan, Lily and Jack's biological father, might have picked up them. That's written wrong. Might have picked them up is what it should be, and taken them to New Brunswick. Police later met with Sullivan on May 22nd. The court document said he told police he had been in a relationship with the mother, but had not seen her nor the children in 3 years. He said he paid child support, contrary to what Brooks Murray told police. He said he did not know what happened to Jack and Lily, police noted. He was home on May 2nd and never goes anywhere. He has not been anywhere other than his house recently and has had no contact with Malaya since the children went missing. The documents say police had received hundreds of tips in the case, including one from a witness who said she was traveling with her sons on the morning of May 2nd and saw 2 children walking along the side of the road. Natasha Haywood informed the RCMP on May 31st. She described seeing a young girl holding a young boy's hand. The boy had dirty blonde hair and was wearing shorts, while the girl had darkish hair and pigtails and was wearing a tank top with blue strings. According to the police, she said the children were walking towards a Caucasian female of about 50 to 60 years old with a loose curl haircut, who was waiting next to the passenger side of an older model tan or gold sedan with the back door open. The documents say that in early June, police met with the witness near the corner of Gairloch Road and Lansdowne Station Road, where she mentioned having seen the children walking north towards Westville, Nova Scotia, and that the vehicle appeared to be waiting for them. When she later met with police, Haywood said she thought the girl was around 9 or 10 years old and the boy 5 years old, the document says. Investigators are working to find out if the children were indeed Jack and Lily, the document noted. None of the tips so far have led to Jack and Lily's location or has any information that has been corroborated by the investigators, a document notes. And that's it.
And that is it. Okay. So there you have it. There was a vehicle that a witness saw with 2 kids, a boy and a girl, heading towards the vehicle. The vehicle had a passenger, or the driver was 50 to 60 years old with curly hair. Now, we knew nothing about this in the beginning. The police kept that tight to the vest. And is this a case where these kids have been kidnapped and it's Jack and Lily alive? Wow. When I heard that information, I was kind of blown away. Was you blown away, Lolo? Lolo says she was blown away. But still, it don't explain the parents' odd behavior. Let's just say somebody did take Jack and Lily, and it was a woman at 50, 60 years old. Let's just hypothetically say that did happen. Why is she not looking for her child? Why is she not on the news begging for the safe return of her child? Why isn't she out there doing anything but living her best Casey Anthony life, right? Now, I don't know what this witness saw. There's always a lot of people that say they seen things that never seen it. Me and PJ was in a restaurant the other night, and the waitress was a really nice lady, and she told us about the death of her son and that the police were blaming her. They were checking her bank statements, her records, and things like that. And basically, her son was special needs, but he was 27 years old. And he took his medicine, fell asleep in a ditch, and drowned. But now she said when they were looking for her son, a woman came forward, said she's seen her son 3 towns over. that he had never been to, but that wasn't true. But she swore up and down she had seen this man, and the guy was asleep in a ditch and drowned. There's no way she could have seen him, but she reported seeing him. Now, this may be the case like that in Nova Scotia, this woman saying she's seen somebody, but really, did she? Or is she seeking attention? Because a lot of times in cases like this, believe it or not, weirdos come out the woodwork. Look at Durwood, right?
Someone in the chat is saying that that's Daniel's friend that reported that.
Right. Listen, so yeah, it could be. That's what I'm saying. You have misinformation. You have weirdos that come out of woodwork that want 15 minutes of fame. They want some attention. They didn't get enough hugs as a baby. They wasn't breastfed. Okay. And I think this may be a situation of this. I just not in my mind can I think for 1 minute that Malaya and Daniel does not have some knowledge of what happened to these kids. It just blows my mind that the police are like, yeah, they ain't got shit to do with it. There's no crime being committed. I just think that's outrageous, right? That is outrageous, and something has definitely happened to these children, and the parents know. In most of these cases we talked about tonight, the parents knew. Emmanuel Haro, parents know what happened to that child. Sebastian Rogers, parents know what happened to that child. Meghan Boswell, she knows what she did to that child. Jack and Lilly, Malaya, and Daniel know. So what does all these stories we talked about tonight have in common? Shitty parents. Every single one of them. Right? And listen, we could go on and on about terrible parents all night long. You look, there's 1,600 of us here. Some of us are really good parents. Some of us are okay parents. Some of us are great grandparents and a good grandparents. But for everyone that's good, everyone that's great, there's some families out there that are bad. And it's hard for good people to understand that, because in my mind, I love my kid to death. She'll drive you crazy, but she's my kid, right? I couldn't have never imagined hurting my child. And I couldn't imagine what makes other people hurt their children, because my mind just don't think like that, right? It don't even comprehend in my mind. I mean, I know it's true and I know it happens, but I don't think I'll ever be able to understand it. And one of my big things in this is trying to figure out the mind of crazy people. And you know how, it takes a criminal to catch a criminal? Well, I think it takes a crazy person to understand a crazy person. And I'm pretty damn crazy. And I can't make out what the hell these people are thinking. I'm like, oh my God. And how I ended up being around so many damn baby killers and involved in all this stuff is like, I don't know how I was led down this path. I mean, I know how I got here. I just don't, I think everything in this world happens for a reason, and I was meant to be where I'm at. It's just, I still try to ask God, why me, right? Why me? Maybe it's because I'm a big mouth and I'm loud and people pay me attention, and maybe that's the reason that I'm here. But it's just a crazy thing to be involved in, and it's heartbreaking. Like a lot of this is even when I hear the word Meghan Boswell, it brings back the memory, them pictures in my mind, like images you don't want to see. And then when I think Meghan Boswell, it reminds me of Harmony Montgomery, and then I see the blood stains, right? And it just brings back such horrible things in some of these cases that I just can't wrap my head around it. How come people are so damn crazy? But listen, I know one thing we can do. We can punish these people so bad, and we need to do it in public so other people don't do these types of things. What did we report the day before yesterday about the cheerleader from Kentucky stuffed her baby in a trash can? They're not even charging her with murder. Right. And we had a Vizio girl. She was in court today. I don't know what the outcome of that was. Did we ever find out the outcome?
I had that on the playlist.
I don't even know.
We never got to.
There was so much stuff today that the Vizio girl, y'all remember her? She showed up at the hospital and said she was having back pains, went in the bathroom, gave birth to a baby, chewed through the umbilical cord like a wild possum, threw the baby in the trash, right, at the bottom of the trash, and then put trash on top of it. And because she didn't want to tell her parents she was pregnant. I really feel that like that's what it was about. And if she gets out, lives her best life going to college, this stuff is not going to stop unless we do something so dramatic to some of these people that young women see it and they don't want that to happen to them. Like, I don't know if it's a situation where we got to be a little more open with our kids and hold conversations with our kids to where if they do get pregnant, they feel like they can come to us and tell us, right? Because I feel like the Vizio girl was scared of her parents. And I understand that a little bit. She was scared to tell them she was pregnant, so she did what she did. But it still don't justify the crime, right? And as a parent, you can't be your kid's friend. You have to be their parent, but you got to be where you're going to accept whatever they tell you, because if not, they won't tell you. It's kind of how I feel. Like I want to be able, my daughter to be able to tell me the good, the bad, the ugly, right? And if you don't build that type of relationship, then you get situations like these women throwing their babies in the trash and don't want to tell their parents they're pregnant because they're not married, right? And so many people said the girl in Kentucky, it was about her reputation, that she put on this I'm goody girl, and next thing you know, she's knocked up, not married, and it wasn't good for her reputation, so she basically just threw this baby away. And how the police, look, they do an autopsy, and they determine they can't tell how the baby died. I'll tell you how the baby died. It died because it got thrown in a trash can. It don't take a genius to know this lady chewed through the umbilical cord. She threw the damn baby away and wrapped it up in trash, and it never took its breath. She needs to be in prison, and they need to kick her slam out of college. Tony says, I hope you two are enjoying your getaway. Appreciate you guys always keeping us in the know, even when you're risking your life as Mr. Crocodile Dundee, Dolly, right? Thank you for the donation to the channel. Listen, I put my life at risk, but I could take that alligator. I wasn't scared, okay? And there was an alligator wrangler right there outside the picture. You really couldn't see him in the picture, but he was there, right? So I wasn't alone with the alligator. The picture just shows me and the alligator, but there was a guy in front of the alligator just in case the alligator got loose and ate my ass, okay? So I was in good hands. But we're going to continue to enjoy our vacation. I'll be live with you. I don't know what state I will be in tomorrow. So, but we're enjoying our last day here in Orlando. We went out to eat tonight to a really nice place. And we got the pictures? Okay. So this was something I never experienced. We went to this Italian restaurant. And maybe this has happened to you guys. I don't know. But while we were eating dinner, one of the staff came up to us and said, hey, can we take your picture? Right? We're taking pictures. So what they do is they sell you the picture. But I've never been in a restaurant that comes up and takes a picture of you and sells you the picture. Have you guys? I've been to a lot of restaurants all over the country. I've never seen this. But a photographer's in the restaurant. Right? Like a legitimate photographer. Spread love. Thank you for jumping on Dolly Train. No, we skipped it and went to Gatorland. All right. So we didn't. I mean, do I really want to see Mickey Mouse, or do I want to see some deadly rattlesnakes and alligators and shit that I could have fun with? I don't think Mickey and Minnie would have been too fun for me. So we did the alligators instead. But yeah, I had never been to a restaurant where people came up with a photographer and was like, hey, let's take your photos. So I'm going to show you guys our photos. Okay.
That was weird.
There's that one. Can y'all see that? A little bit of a glare. All right, so there's the one. And then there's this other one. But I thought that was really cool. And it came framed and edited. You were brave, Dolly. That's beautiful. I thought so. I was like, that is a genius business plan, because I've been to so many restaurants, I've never had them come up and offer to take a photographer, say, hey, we'll take your picture, $20, we'll give it to you. So they had a legit photographer in the restaurant, came up, pictures looked great. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool. The food was pretty good. The food was pretty good.
We have enough of it.
Yeah, and we still got a ton of food left over. So at Bella Gio, I don't even know how you say that, okay, in Las Vegas. Yeah, that was the first place I ever came into, and they said, hey, while we were sitting at the table, can we take your pictures? And if you want them, you can buy them. If you don't want them, you don't have to get them. But either way, we're going to give you a postcard. They gave us a postcard with our picture on it for free, right? But if they were like, if you want the photos, you can buy them. And I was just like, that's genius. Whoever came up with that's probably rich as shit. Because think about how many times you go out on first dates or you go out with your family, and usually people take selfies, but selfies, that's really good quality photos. That's a professional photographer took that. So, yeah, I thought so too. I was like, these are great pictures. So we got the pictures, and I just thought I'd share that with you. What was the name of this place?
Bippity Boppity Boo. I don't know. It's on the photo.
Boca
di. Oh, God. It might be on. Hold on, let me see this postcard. I bet it has it on there. Boca di Beppo.
Boca di Beppo. I can't even say it right. Boca di Beppo. Okay. Right there. Plug for their restaurant.
It was good.
It was good. All right. All right, guys. Y'all been good. I will see y'all tomorrow. Leave some comments. Tell me what you think about the news and Emmanuel Haro, Sebastian Rogers, Meghan Boswell, and of course the Jack and Lilly case. Were they kidnapped? Or is that just BS? Meghan Boswell, did she get what she deserved? Sebastian Rogers, do you still believe the headlights are real? And of course, Emmanuel Haro, what are the police hiding that they don't want us to see? Answer those questions for me in the comment box down below after this video ends. And if you haven't, sub up, ring the bell for notifications, and definitely like the video. And I will see you guys tomorrow from whatever state I'm in. All right? Dolly loves you. Peace.